periods. Sex. Period sex. Roughly half of Earth's population will deal with menstruation throughout their lives, and sometimes Shark Week can get sexy. Let's talk about the pros, cons, and some tips for period sex. Pros. Endorphins and oxytocin released during sex and orgasm may help ease period cramps and relieve stress and irritability. You probably won't need much, if any, lube for vaginal penetration, since the slick combination of blood, uterine lining, and cervical mucus is a really effective lubricant on its own. There is some evidence that orgasms during your period may actually shorten it. Not that it will make you bleed less, but remember how periods work. There's a series of uterine contractions that slowly releases the menstrual fluid over the course of several days. What else can cause uterine contractions? Orgasm. Orgasms during your period can help expel all that stuff more quickly than you otherwise would. Cons. It's messy. Of course, this could be a pro for you if you're into that, but a lot of people aren't. And as I mentioned before with the uterine contractions during orgasm, you may release a particularly large amount of blood during or after sex. There's also evidence that someone being on their period could increase some STI risks for everyone involved. I talked a bit about the possible science behind this in my Q&A number 4 video, which I'll link below. But suffice it to say, if STI transmission is a concern for you, then you'll definitely want to be using barrier methods. Condoms, dams, gloves, etc. Side note, these things will also make cleanup easier. Tips. Sex towel. Have one. Go find the least nice towel you own and lay it under your body when you have sex or masturbate on your period. If you want to get real fancy, there are things like Liberator throws and other specialty blankets that are made with a soft outside for comfort and an inner moisture barrier lining to help protect against fluid soaking through. But a ratty towel will also do the job just fine. If you don't want to deal with a mess, this could be a great time for shower sex. Soft cups, a type of menstrual cup, and synthetic menstrual sponges, sometimes called soft tampons, are menstrual products that can be worn during sex. Certain positions can also use gravity to lessen the flow of blood. Anything that has you on your back with your pelvis tilted upwards will help to keep blood inside your body and not on the sheets. Just be careful when getting up, because any blood that has built up will come out. Finally, periods don't necessarily protect you from pregnancy. Contraception is just as important during your period as it is during any other time of the month if you're worried about getting pregnant. Some people really enjoy period sex, while others find it really unpleasant. There is no right or wrong choice when it comes to whether or not you want to have it. But either way, I hope that you've learned something and that some of these tips are helpful. If you've got any questions, be sure to leave them down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.